Okay, boys and girls, so today we are going to be creating a very hungry caterpillar drawing. Now this is a story by Eric Carle, so he wrote the story and he also created all the illustrations. And in this case, they're not only illustrations, but he uses a lot of paper. He cuts out paper and paints it. So that would be called a collage. And you can see in these colors, there's lots of different shades of each color, lots of different texture created. So texture in the art room is the way something feels. And in this case, when we start to create our caterpillar, I want you to try to create some texture too. I'm gonna need one piece of paper, some crayons, a pencil. I'm also gonna use a marker. If you don't have a marker, that is okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and sketch out my caterpillar. If you notice, when caterpillars move, they move in a curved line. So we're gonna learn about lots of different types of lines this year. The first one we're gonna focus on today is a curvy line. So I'm gonna go ahead and just lightly draw out a curvy line, like so. If you don't need to do that, you don't have to. That's just gonna help me visualize where my caterpillar is gonna be. The shape we're gonna use an oval for the body of our caterpillar. So we're gonna start, small oval at the end. These are gonna gradually get a little bit bigger. And if you notice, I'm just following that curved line I drew. There we go. And then the head up here, I'm gonna make the head a little bit bigger so I can add in lots of nice details, like eyes and a nose and a mouth. I'm gonna make his head nice and big. Next, we're gonna add in some feet with our pencil. Caterpillars have lots and lots of feet, so you can feel free to add as many as you want. I'm only gonna add the ones that are touching the ground because I don't wanna draw all these extra ones in the middle. And for the feet, I'm just kind of creating a rectangle that touches up against that oval, just like so. Next, let's sketch out his little antennas. You can make them curly if you want. You could also just make them kind of an oval shape like this. So I'm gonna do one circle, two circle, and then inside of there, I'm gonna do an extra one, just like so. Give him a little nose. Also gonna give my hungry caterpillar a big mouth because he is hungry. Okay, this is a good start. Before I get out my crayons, I wanna create something in my background too. So I'm gonna go back to this book, kind of try to get some ideas what my background might be. Kind of like the idea of, you can just do some dirt like this. I think I'm gonna kind of stick with something like this with some dirt. Might add in a little bit of grass. So to do that, I just wanna make sure, I'm gonna do a line across. I wanna make sure I don't draw my line on top of my caterpillar. It's gonna go kind of underneath him, just like that. So now it looks like he's kind of crawling on the ground. If you want to add any details up in the sky, you can do that too. I think I'm going to wait for my crayons to do that. Maybe I'll add some clouds or something else in the sky. All right, I think this is a good start. I'm going to go ahead and get out my crayons. I want some green, some yellow. Let's see what else I have here. Use a little bit of brown too. Seeing lots of texture. And maybe even a little bit of black. And I'm gonna kind of mix these colors together. I'm actually seeing a little bit of blue in here too, like a blue-green. Let's grab a color like that as well. So I'm gonna start with my lightest color first. When you're using crayons and you're trying to blend colors, starting with the lightest color first is gonna be your best idea. Oh, I'm gonna do the left edge of each oval with a little bit of yellow. A few stripes of yellow too. This is gonna add a little bit of value to our caterpillar. There we go. Gonna kind of make our shapes look nice and rounded. Next, most of my caterpillar is gonna be green, so I'm gonna go ahead and do my lighter blue color first. I'm just gonna add a little bit of this nice turquoise color in there first. And then I'm gonna take my green, and I'm gonna lightly color over everything, including that yellow. There we go. If you press a little bit harder, you'll cover up more of the yellow. I'm pressing very gently. Now we're getting a little bit, our colors are kind of blending together, which is what we want. All right. Now for my two darker colors, my browns and my blacks, these are gonna be good for outlining. If you don't have a marker, I'm actually just gonna use my black crayon since some of you might not have this marker, so I'm just gonna put that away. We'll stick with our black crayon. And what I'm gonna do here is I'm just gonna add in a couple little lines for some extra detail here and there. This will add a little bit of texture, kind of create some shadows. And then what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go through, just outline all these different sections of my caterpillar's body. In the art room, outlining like this can make your picture pop out a little bit more, makes it pop. It's easier to see, it's nice and bright and bold. For the head of my caterpillar, I'm gonna be using red. I have a red orange here. That's what he did in the book. So, coloring around the eyes, being careful not to color inside of that area. I'm gonna outline this first circle with a yellow. Take my green, do the middle of the eye. I'll do my nose green too. My tongue. Do caterpillars really have tongues? I don't think so. But this is my artwork, so that's how I want mine to look. We'll color that mouth in black so it looks nice and big and open. Then I'm gonna go ahead and outline these eyes with my black crayon. Outline the head. For my antennas, you can do these any color you want. I'm gonna do this purple color I just randomly pulled out of the bag. There we go. I think I'm gonna do these legs too. I want my antennas and my legs to match. Let's do that purple for the legs as well. That looks great. Back to my black. Let's outline those little details. Now I want to remind you guys, in the art room, if you make a mistake, there are ways that you can fix it. Please don't give up. Please don't try to start over. Let's say I'm outlining this last leg here and my crayon slips. Oops. I'm not gonna start over. I've spent so much time on this project. It's looking really good. this one little mistake is not gonna set us back. I'm gonna finish outlining, do my dirt here too, and we're gonna turn this into a little hill. Add another one. There we go. You don't even notice that mistake anymore. All right, take my brown crayon. This is gonna be my dirt. When I use crayons, I like to make sure I'm coloring in the same direction. So for these circles, I was kind of coloring in a circle. For this long patch of dirt, I'm making long strokes with my crayon. Okay. Try not to color over top of your legs and your body. Just color around it. Let's add a little bit of black to this too, just some extra stripes. Make your dirt look nice and crunchy. I know if I was a caterpillar, I would want some crunchy dirt. For our sky, I'm gonna do blue. You could do a nighttime sky with a dark purple. You could make stars in the sky with a yellow. I think I'm just gonna do some gray clouds. Let's take my gray. I'm just gonna make little oval shapes in the sky. Just like this. And I'm gonna take my nice, beautiful sky blue, and we're gonna just lightly color this whole sky. I'm gonna color right over top of those clouds too. Last thing I like to do on my artwork, and when you guys come back to school, I cannot wait to see you. We always are gonna sign our names on the front of our artwork. Sometimes we'll use the back, but most of the time we're gonna write it on the front. So I'm gonna find a place in the corner, and I'm gonna sign my name, Mr. R. There we go, the very hungry caterpillar.